What's going on YouTube? This is Jabber Tech, and today we're going to do a full review of the brand new Galaxy Watch 3. This is the Mystic Black 45mm edition, but they have a smaller size and they have some different colors if that's your thing. So check my link down below if you're interested in picking this up. But there's a reason why Samsung is number 2 in the wearable market, right behind the Apple Watch. Samsung make the best consumer smartwatch on the planet. This is no exception. This is the best smartwatch that you can buy right now. So let's get into this full review and I'm going to tell you why. First things first, guys, the price is $429. After tax, you're looking at about $470 here in New York, and you're going to want to buy some accessories as well because Samsung only includes one band in the box. This is a 22mm style band at one size, the medium and large. They didn't include a small, and they also didn't really include a rubber strap, a silicone strap, but thankfully, you can swap these out very easily, and the guys over at Barton have some really nice straps that you can take a look at. Once you get rid of that leather band, I'm not a fan of leather bands. You're going to have something that's ready to do whatever you want this watch to do. So if you go for a run, if you go for a late night stroll, here in New York City, it's quite humid, so that leather band is going to get pretty nasty pretty quickly. Barton has you covered. Check my link down below if you want to find some cool straps, some cool bands to accessorize your brand new Galaxy Watch with. But I like this two-toned action. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. So we get all the great sensors in here that you'd expect from a smartwatch at this price point. We get a gyroscope, we get a barometer, of course there's Wi-Fi, of course there's Bluetooth. If LTE is your thing, there's an LTE edition as well. We also get the Exynos 9110 processor at 1.15 gigahertz. Now that's the same processor that was in the Active Watch 2 and the Galaxy Watch 46mm. But honestly, it's a good performer. The Tizen operating system is well optimized for that chip, and with 1GB of RAM and 8GB of storage, you're not going to have any issue no matter what you throw on the smartwatch. You can connect a Bluetooth headset directly to the watch itself, so if you want to download some music from your smartphone to the watch, or if you have a Spotify premium account, you can download from your Spotify directly onto the watch itself. Leave your phone at home, go for that run, listen to those tunes, and then when you finish with your activity, open up Samsung Pay, make those mobile payments, buy your protein shake, all without having your phone with you. So I think that's something really cool. The screen is 1.4 inches, and in typical Samsung fashion, AMOLED screen is where it's at. They make some really beautiful panels, and this is no exception. It's covered in Gorilla Glass DX, so you should get some pretty good scratch resistance. But as always, Amazon third-party sellers have you covered. For a couple bucks. You can just throw on a tempered glass and be good to go. What you just saw me do is the rotating bezel, and I think this is one of the best features that Samsung has ever invented on a wearable, because here, at least in the Northeast, we get pretty brutal winters. It snows a lot, it rains a lot, and we all know that's really not conducive to using a touchscreen. You're not going to be able to do anything with it. So even though you have gloves on in the winter, you can just rotate around and get to where you need to get. And even in those warm summer months, it's just super easy to rotate and do whatever you need to do. The 5 ATM rating on here means that you can go for a swim. IP68 has you covered with dust as well. And with that military spec durability, this is a watch that's going to be able to take a beating. This is a watch that you can take a swim with, take into extreme temperatures, and be good to go. The battery is 340 milliamp hour, which Samsung claims 2 days, but I'm going to give you my real-world experience with that in just a second. A couple things are missing as of this recording. Now, by the time you watch this, Samsung might have released a software update. As of right now, we do not have the ECG feature. That's just something not available. But thankfully, we do have the blood oxygen sensors in here, so you can measure that if you want to. And there's a trip fall detection, so if you've fallen and you can't get up, it'll ask you to tap on some prompts on your watch. If you don't touch any of those prompts, it's going to call your emergency contact. So that's really a good feature for a lot of elderly people, or if you live alone, it's always good to have someone watching your back. And Samsung has that covered. They're always there with you.
The Galaxy Watch does have a speaker built right in, so you can take phone calls from your wrist. That's just something that I find super useful, and that's just something that a lot of my other watches can't do. And whenever I wear my Galaxy Watch, that's what reminds me of how awesome this watch is. Just being able to be like Dick Tracy and answer a phone call on your wrist, answer a text message is where it's at. That's definitely a huge selling point to the Galaxy Watch line, and that's something that I totally use on a daily basis.
I mentioned in the beginning of the video, Samsung's Tizen watches, their Galaxy watches, are number 2 in the wearable market, right behind the Apple Watch. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason that I see more Galaxy watches on wrists around New York, on wrists around the tri-state area, because as you see, they're very, very attractive watches. The attention to detail is spot on with Samsung. Just take a look at this knob on the right side here. It actually says Galaxy Watch. I think you guys can see that right there. But their attention to detail is something other manufacturers in the wearable market just don't do. And at this price point, I would expect nothing less than a beautifully crafted timepiece. And this definitely is one of those timepieces that'll look great with a suit. It'll also look great if you just throw on some shorts and a t-shirt, go out for a walk or whatever you need to do. This is a timepiece that's going to look excellent. Other than the craftsmanship, the Tizen OS is probably the best wearable OS on the market right now. It's just well optimized. It's not really a battery hog. It's just something that if you've never picked up a smartwatch before, you can kind of figure your way through it. If you've ever used a smartphone, you'll be able to find what you need to find, such as swiping down, which gives you access to quick toggles, so you can do things like turn Wi-Fi on. You can do things like check your battery life just by pressing the little icon there. Thanks to a microphone and a speaker, you'll hear a little chime that you can change when you get a message. All you have to do is scroll to the left and you'll be able to see all of your notifications. And if you click on one, you'll see the entire thread with pictures and emojis that come through. So I think that's something really cool. I think that's, again, what makes the Galaxy Watch 3, what makes Samsung Tizen watches the most desirable smartwatch in the market. If you want to reply to a message, there's a whole bunch of different ways you can reply to a message. So all you have to do is go to the bottom of your thread here and you can reply either using your voice, using some predefined AI responses right down at the bottom here. You can send an emoji. You can also type using your finger. Yes, you can just type right on the screen and it'll go ahead and try and figure out what you're doing. So if I just type hi, you see it did a pretty good job at doing hi. If you click on the little arrow, you can also change it if you think it made a little bit of a mistake. There's also a keyboard that you can bring up. You can really respond with so many different ways, it's not even funny. But mostly, I think most of us are just going to use the microphone. That's an awesome picture. It does a decent job with voice. I think the Google Assistant does a lot better job than Bixby does when it comes to voice dictation, but that is what it is. Sometimes you can just send a little emoji. Let's go ahead and send one of these. You can reply the text message very simply using many different methods. So going to the right, this is where you have some widgets. This is where you have kind of a daily overview, a daily snapshot, if you will, of what's been going on throughout your day. Now, Samsung wants this to be an active watch as well, and let's just get into the active features of this watch. Because, well, it can track quite a bit of exercises here, and it can also automatically start recording. So if you go for a run and you forget to hit the run button, it'll automatically notice that you are running, and it'll start that workout for you. Now, there's a ton of different exercises here. If you really want to know what's available, I'll leave the link down below. In my personal experience, Samsung has never been number one when it's come to activity tracking. They've always been a little bit behind the likes of Garmin and the likes of some other manufacturers that only do fitness watches. But I am happy to tell you guys that Samsung has very much improved the Galaxy Watch 3 sensors. GPS locks on a lot faster than my Garmin watch. GPS locks on a lot faster than any other device that I have. I think they do a great job with their GPS lock-on ability. Now, how accurate is the GPS tracking? The GPS tracking, at least for me, and I'll show you my workouts, it actually did okay. It was probably about 2/10 to maybe 3/10 behind. Now, is that a huge deal? For the average consumer that's buying a Samsung watch, that's not a big deal at all. For the average person, 2/10 of a mile is not a big deal at all. Again, if you're marathon training, if you're doing some high-intensity workouts, you're not going to be using a Samsung watch after all. This is more of a smartwatch. This is more of a fancy watch that you put on. This really isn't intended to be your only fitness tracker available. And for the average person who just wants to know how far they ran and they're not really training for anything, or maybe you are, but you put more emphasis on a smartwatch, maybe you put more emphasis on the fancy features over some fitness features, the Galaxy Watch 3 is a great watch for you. Heart rate monitor on the back, speaking of workouts, did a really good job as well. I'm really impressed that Samsung has improved the accuracy of this heart rate monitor. Now again, people who do high intensity workouts have complained for years about Samsung watches and their heart rate monitor, but this is not a watch that you'd want to buy once again if you are a hardcore trainer. This is a watch that you want to wear 9 to 5 in the office. And then for that hour that you go to the gym, I think you'll be just fine if you use it for that scenario. So let's talk about battery life, because that's number one when you have something on your wrist. Now, in terms of battery life, guys, I'm I'm at 14% right now, and I have to tell you, I'm a little bit disappointed coming from last year's model, but I'm not going to talk too much about last year's model, that being the Galaxy Watch 46mm, because if I do talk about it, that's going to be unfair for first-time buyers. That's going to be unfair for people who are just looking for a great watch overall and found my review. So the battery life on the all-new Galaxy Watch 45mm is about a day and a half. If you're doing any sort of GPS tracking, that's really going to drain the battery. If you're using this watch for sleep tracking as well, you're going to eat up some battery. So unfortunately, battery life is not all that great. Samsung does claim about 2 days of battery life, and I suppose you could get that if you don't really do too much on it. But if you're taking phone calls on your wrist, if you're replying to text messages on your wrist, you're going to eat up a lot of battery. And if you're looking at this beautiful screen a lot throughout the day, you're going to eat up a lot of battery as well. So chances are most people are going to charge this up every day and a half, if not more. Again, depends on how active you are, depends on how many phone calls you take, etc., etc. So battery life, in my opinion, is a little bit of a bummer, but that's just what it is. Expect a day and a half. Some software updates might improve that later on. So let me know down in the comments below what your battery life has been like. Samsung does have different power modes available, so you can see here I'm at 14% standard, which will give me about 4 hours and 59 minutes. I call BS on that. The minute you start going, the minute you start taking some phone calls, that's going to drastically change. Power saving, you can get 13 hours, and if you put it in watch only, you'll get 5 days. Now to full charge, I think you'll get about 30 days if you just use watch only mode. Being a high-end watch, wireless charging is a thing, but unfortunately, Samsung's a little bit behind the curve when it comes to watch charging technology. It takes about 2 hours to fully charge this thing, and there is no quick charge feature. At this price point, I would have liked to have seen a quick charge feature, plop it on for 10 or 15 minutes, and at least get you a couple hours of charge. But this will take a long time to charge, and that's just a little bit of a bummer. I hope next year around, or in their active line, that they include some sort of quick charge capability. Let's talk about some things I don't like about the Galaxy Watch, and that is app support. We don't have a whole bunch of apps to choose from. Now granted, there probably aren't a whole bunch of apps that you'd want on your wrist, but I know I would rather YouTube Music, I would rather Pandora. I'm not a huge fan of Spotify, and you do need a Spotify premium account to download your music directly to the watch. If you have the LTE version, you can play and stream music directly from your Spotify premium account onto the Galaxy Watch using the music application, which is right here in Spotify. But any app that you actually play on your phone, whether that's Google Play, YouTube Music, whatever app you're listening to, you do have music controls, so you can control the volume, you can control the track directly from your watch, no matter which application you have. And also, if you do have music stored on your watch itself, because there is 8 gigabytes of storage, you'll be able to listen to those tracks again, connect a Bluetooth headset, go for your run, go for your walk, leave your phone at home, just be in the moment, listen to your music, and you're good to go. We also don't have Google Assistant, we don't have Google Maps, we don't have Waze, basically don't have any of the cool Google applications, but we do have some Samsung apps such as Bixby. If you're a fan of Bixby, she's here. You're one of the only people that like Bixby. Sorry to tell you, she's still bad, she still sucks, but it's the only option we have right now from Samsung. The Samsung Health application does a really good job. I can't really complain about the Samsung Health application. It does a decent job. Again, steps might be a little bit off. I found that at the worst that it's ever been, I was off 1,000 steps, but mostly I'm off about 200 to 300 steps. I was driving the other day, and I noticed the step counter was going off as I was driving, even though I was just sitting, going down the highway. So whatever they're doing to track your steps is just a little bit off, and that's always been the case with Samsung watches. But again, the name of the game is, this is a consumer wearable. This is a wearable that most people will be just fine with. This is a wearable that will give you a snapshot and overview of just about everything you do. So I'm pretty cool with that. You do have a sleep tracking app built right into the watch itself. So for those of you that like to track your sleep, you have an app in there that'll do that for you. There's also a stress tracking app. So if you don't know if you're stressed or not, the watch can tell you that you're stressed. There's that blood oxygen sensor. You can also input the calories, your water. You can also do a little fun competition with friends or people you don't know just to help get your step count up. You can also track your women's health, track your menstrual cycle. Again, Samsung throw everything but the kitchen sink in this wearable, and that's the number one reason why they are number 2 in the market. They just make a very nice overall watch that most people will really like, including myself, and that's why I can recommend it. That's why I think Samsung's made the best consumer wearable on the market right now. It just looks great, it looks very attractive, and it just tracks everything that you'd ever want it to do. and it does a good job at everything, just not a great job at some things. But that's been my review, guys. I hope this has helped you out. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. But as always, I really appreciate you watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.